Hello, 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 and welcome to Dial It Up, where we're talking about all things franchise marketing and business growth. I'm your host, Jamie Adams. To my right, Jordan Wilson.
Slapping the bass.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. To my left, Miss Julia Cook.
I'm in charge.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
To my far left, Mr. Patrick Crawford.
Thank you for letting me into your home. It's beautiful.
So today, we're going to be talking about marketing fundamentals. So you can think of this as our version, Dial It Up's version of Marketing 101.
Yeah.
We're going to hit on some very basic things. We're going to tell some stories, right? But I guess let's start with a basic definition, actually a scholarly definition.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
and I'm ready for
scholarly definition of what marketing means. And for our resident scholar is, of course,
It's not you. So
it's definitely not Patrick.
Cool. Okay.
It is, in fact, Julia. So, Julia, why don't you lay out a very scholarly definition of what
we'll go
marketing
with
is.
the expert definition.
I love
here.
that. Let's do it.
The expert definition of marketing is the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large.
That's a lot of ings.
A lot of ings.
That is that's a very in-depth, scholarly, expert definition.
You're welcome.
Yes,
True.
thank you. Thank you.
We're all thankful.
Now, Jordan,
Yep.
I'm going to need you to break this down for the layman.
You need the resident layman, I feel.
I do. Yeah, I do. Our audience needs the resident layman.
Luckily, I'm here. It's making sure consumers know who you are and know what to buy, if they're trying to buy what you're selling.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can get on board with that.
We'll thank him
appreciate
too.
Okay, so I want to ask another question. Patrick, what was your first experience that you can remember as a kid in marketing?
Ooh, lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Of course.
10
Okay.
years, 10 years old.
So you actually had a lemonade stand.
I had a lemonade stand, ran it with my sister, co-owned, you could
Okay.
say.
Excellent.
All right.
Smart move.
We had a marketing problem.
Oh, God.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
This is going to be
We got
good.
some professionals.
We were around a cul-de-sac, which
Brutal.
for you non-English majors is a circle. So we're at a cul-de-sac, and when you're at a cul-de-sac, you don't get a lot of traffic. That's
Okay.
a problem.
Yep.
It's true.
If you don't get a lot of traffic, you don't get a lot of business. Okay?
it's a
That's
problem.
marketing 101. So what we had to do is get some posters.
Okay.
My sister, better handwriting, better creativity.
Smart.
Beautiful posters. Took them down to the intersections, coming into the neighborhood, coming out of the neighborhood, telling them where it was,
Yep.
advertising the price, and what they're going to get when they get there.
Okay. Interesting.
Revenue through the roof.
Oh, okay.
course.
All
Through
right.
the roof. I'd say
Yeah.
100x just from that move.
Wow. That's okay.
So posters.
yeah.
Posters.
Okay.
That was it.
All right.
In the right places.
Yeah.
Well,
in the right
listen.
place.
I had a little bit of a different approach in Julia's lemonade stand.
Oh, is that what you called it?
No, but that's what I'm calling it now.
Okay.
So we
All
didn't
right.
have a name. We had a similar problem where we're not in a cul-de-sac, which actually is French for bottom of the bag, but that's fine.
Cool.
So,
I guess you're a
scholar.
French major too.
Wow. Anyway, so what happened was we didn't have enough traffic, so we actually moved our stand down to the big street there.
Smart.
So we did that where there was a lot of traffic, but we noticed people were driving kind of fast, and are they actually going to read the sign? I don't know. So I had the idea to make the sign the shape of a lemon. So with like yellow paper in the shape of a lemon, like
That's
pull
better
over.
than mine.
But Patrick, I was 12.
Yeah, that's 2
So-
years on me. And in
That's true.
dog years, that's 14.
Basically, I was an adult
Yeah,
compared to.
so-
So that was what. That
Okay.
was-
All right. So we've got posters.
Yep.
You can think of
Lemonade.
that as a billboard.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You moved real estate,
I did.
which is a key to marketing in
And
some
that's an
cases.
adult.
There are a lot of
Yes.
franchise businesses where the location of your business is key to getting traffic, right?
Yeah.
And you did billboards, so you
Yeah.
you went up, and then you got really specific with the billboard.
Better billboards.
Want to make sure you know this is lemonade. It's the lemon.
Okay. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, so I did a lemonade stand, but I won't tell that story.
Oh, okay.
He's still traumatized.
I mean, who hasn't, right, guys?
Wow.
So we did car washes, right? So when you're in high school or middle school and you had either a church event that you're raising money for or your local soccer team, all of those things, you had to find a way to get cars to come in. So you'd go to a empty lot or find some McDonald's that would let you in the back just wash cars. And so you always see the kids, right? They're standing on the one side trying to get people to come in. Well, I figured out that this is a problem, right? Because there's another side of traffic. And maybe
true.
they don't know about what we're doing.
Missing out on a market
And
share.
so we took the posters, went to the median, both sides, making sure that both sets of traffic are coming in. And can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
If you are that guy or gal that's driving by a car wash and you honk the horn, but you don't drive in to give them that $5 donation, you're wrong.
You're a bad person.
Well, I gotta be really honest. I can't remember the last time that I saw any kids waving flags to pull in for a car wash.
Oh, brother, I saw it last night was school.
Really?
Out. You saw it. It was summer.
Did you get a lot of traffic in? Did you bring them in?
Have no idea, but felt like I did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Couldn't measure it, but
That's
feel
right.
like it happened.
That's all that
Okay.
matters.
So your marketing was just the signage plus good old feet on the street.
I think feet on the street, making sure I knew exactly where the
Literally.
consumers were going to
Feet
be.
on the street.
Okay.
Almost died. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Almost died.
We're good.
Okay, for a very short stint, I mowed lawns.
Okay.
Now I had a target audience problem.
Yep.
Because I lived on a street, like in a town of, I don't know, a couple hundred people.
Yep.
But there were only like 7 or 8 houses
Right.
on the road. And they were
Huge
really
lots too.
big yards.
It's a lot of
right?
mowing.
So my lawnmower was a tractor.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not a lawnmower.
Well,
That's
you get a sit and drive?
It didn't have a canopy on it.
Oh, you got
I
sunburned.
got sunburned. yeah.
This does not build.
But hang on. The only marketing I could do was just go knock on doors.
Yeah.
Right? And so I couldn't sustain a healthy business.
7 houses.
With 7 potential customers,
makes
right?
sense.
It was just not big enough for me to keep my business alive. Therefore, I had to shut the doors. It was unfortunate.
Tough break.
Okay, so moving on from that, let's fast forward to today, right? What would you do different? What would you do different today in 2020? You're starting a lemonade stand, right? As a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, you were in college washing cars.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. High school.
Well, maybe college too.
Let's talk a little bit about what we may do different from a marketing perspective today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think easy, at least right off the bat, it goes to social. I would go to Facebook and let everybody that is friends of mine know where we're going to be,
Okay.
what we're doing, and the why behind why we're doing it.
Okay.
To have that draw into why you need to come to our car wash.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good old status update on
Status
Facebook.
update. Post that out there.
What about Instagram?
You might as well.
Would
God,
you self-
Instagram.
I was definitely. I'd selfie it. I'd also do a story of me in the median saying, "Please come help.
that.
I'm
Or
almost
else.
dying."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Patrick, what about you? What would you do differently?
I think social's really key.
Yep.
I think also, look, here in Julia's story, a better sign. You know, at a certain point, I think my signs would stop making a difference. So probably go out there and refresh them.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
Probably make better signs, better usages, put them in more intersections, get more traffic.
Would you
go
give
other
them a
places.
deal? Would there be an incentive to come to yours other than Julia's?
100%. Yeah.
Don't drink
Yes.
Julia's lemonade. Drink Patrick's.
Wow.
because
Calling out the
it's
competition?
Different.
It's extra sugary.
It's
Oh,
extra.
if that's what you
extra
like.
sugar.
Okay, Patrick, would you do anything on social media?
Yes.
Would this draw you into social media?
100%.
Okay.
That would make me.
So what would you
That'd
do?
be
Give us an idea. Or two.
I think video would be a big play for me.
Okay.
I'd give a nice little user-generated content video of where I am, what I'm up to, the situation at hand, probably showing somebody drinking an
good.
awesome, refreshing glass of lemonade.
That's good lemonade.
That was actually not very good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Because
I bet Julia can one up you there.
Yeah.
So Julia, what would
Yeah.
you do differently?
Okay, so I know exactly what I would do.
She's got a plan. She always does.
So, as a parent, as I am, people are worried about sugar content. They're worried about your kids are going to get they're going to go crazy. Well, not with Julia's organic lemonade.
Wow, she went with a great word.
And
Organic.
right, so I'm going to
People
market
love
to
organic.
moms. You want your kids to have that same experience that you had growing up drinking lemonade, but you don't want all that bad stuff in it.
Okay.
That's why you need to come to Julia's lemonade stand.
Okay.
Because we have only the finest quality ingredients.
So you would go all the way down to the heart of the value proposition.
Yes, I would.
Right.
And I'd go after those moms because I'm a mom and I only want the best for my kids, as all parents do. And, you know, I want my kids to enjoy the summer. I want them to stay hydrated. It's going to have a nice electrolyte balance in it as well. It's not just lemonade, folks.
You asked for a 1-up, and you got a 1-up.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I sure did. But how would you reach those people? What would be different? Because I got to believe that you just wouldn't like draw another picture that looks like a
No,
lemon, right?
I'm not going to draw like a lemon that but just says organic on it. No.
Okay, what would you
So what I would do is I'd make sure that I'm posting in, like the mommy groups, local mommy groups, the school Facebook groups.
Okay.
Say like, hey, we have this new fun thing. You can have your kids come and make lemonade with us. It's a great family activity. So I'm all over social media right now, especially on Facebook and Instagram, because that's where the moms are being right now. They're on their phones. They're looking around. They're going to get their kids some Julia's lemonade. It's going to be great family activity.
Yeah. Okay.
Lemonade near me.
They're not probably searching that. But if they were to search that.
My neighborhood does.
Lemonade, oh God, lemonade near me.
No, so that's a good, your near me deal is actually very relevant to what I would do because I didn't really have access. I couldn't just jump in my car and drive through town.
Right.
But what I could have done today is I could have launched a search campaign on Google so that anybody in the town of Coshada, Louisiana,
That's a shout out.
There you go.
but people in Coshada that searched for a landscaper or someone to mow their lawn on Google, they were going to get an ad to my website
Right.
with my picture on it, with my tractor
Yeah.
on it. Not mine, it was my dad's tractor, but
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Me on a tractor, targeting those people. And then I'd do the same thing. I'd get out on Facebook. I'd post updates. I'd probably start a business page on Facebook, run some ads.
Yep.
Right? It's crazy to think, though, that just 25-ish, maybe 30 years ago for a couple of us, me, that these things we're talking about, these new ways to market, did not even exist.
Right.
Right? The difference between what you could do now if you owned a lemonade stand or you were running a car wash or if you were mowing yards, the way that you can reach people now relative to what we had access to then is just completely, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Right? So that begs another question, right? With all these places to market or advertise today, because you could still throw up the posters, you can do what you can run out in the street like you did.
Yep.
Then you got these other hundreds, maybe thousands of other places on the internet that you can market and advertise. With all these choices and probably a limited budget, how do you figure out what to do? Right? Where do you start? Julia.
Yeah, you need to start at the bottom of our friend, the marketing funnel.
Okay, the marketing funnel. So for a quick refresher, if you've never heard of the marketing funnel, hopefully you have, but if you haven't, the marketing funnel starts at the top with awareness, at the very top of the funnel, right? That's making people aware of your product and your service, right? Moving down into the consideration stage, right, where people know who you are. Then they may be thinking about buying your product or service. And then finally, the bottom of the funnel, the purchase stage, where people are actually in the market actively looking to purchase your product or service.
Yep.
There we
Put a
go.
little dollar sign.
Okay, so you're saying you would start targeting people when they're ready to purchase.
Right. So when if I have a limited budget and I'm a small business and this is where I need to be living right now, because I want to make sure that, okay, it's not to say that, people shouldn't be aware of who I am. They shouldn't, of course, that's all important.
Yep.
But if I have limited funds, I want to make sure I'm putting those funds in a place where people are ready to buy right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that into maybe some paid search, because that's usually the place where someone's typing in, they're ready because they're typing in that they're ready. So
Okay.
I'm going to put my money if I have a limited budget to spend.
Limited budget, you'd start with paid search.
Yes, I would.
Okay, all right. Patrick, what about you?
I mean, look, you're exactly right on that, but there are some free things. You've got a limited budget. There are some free things that you can do to build awareness.
Okay.
Right? Especially you're coming into a market where people don't know who you are.
Yep.
You can build an audience through social, like we were just talking about. Your car wash or lemonade stands, going out there, putting content, what you're doing, who you are, and putting it out there, creating that yourself without having to put a lot of budget. You can put a little budget behind it if you wanted to kind of boost that.
Okay, so everybody's clear on what that means when we're talking about it. What do you mean when you say boost?
Yeah, so you can post things, right? Anything online, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is.
Okay, yep.
But if you want more people outside of the ones that you're just friends with or those that are following you to see it, you can put a little bit of money behind that.
Okay,
And
a little advertisement.
they'll see that outside of the group that already knows who you are.
Okay,
And build that a little bit further. Hopefully, they like it. They'll then follow you. Then you start to build that audience a little bit organically.
Okay, so hypothetically then, you would go to maybe Facebook or Instagram and you would post some content first.
Yep.
Or you post an update or two.
Yep.
You would boost that post targeting people in your neighborhood.
Yep.
Probably cost a little bit of money. You could probably do that for $100, $200.
It really can be
very
pretty
cost-effective.
inexpensive.
Yep.
Easy. And then everybody that lives in your neighborhood on Facebook or Instagram is going to get served your ad. At
That's
some
right.
point. Okay, cool.
exactly right.
Okay. Jordan,
Yeah,
car
so
wash.
I think those two are the main. I think those two are the main things that you have to go do. But when we're talking about boots on or feet on the ground,
Yeah.
I think it's something that gets neglected still. That is a huge thing. Being a new franchisee out in the community, they need to know who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. I don't think that means going and passing out flyers all the time, but it does mean to go be involved in the community, understanding different organizations that are in your community, putting yourself there, sponsoring certain things that you can with your limited funds. That people want to relate you to your brand.
Yeah.
I met that guy, so even if I don't need his or her service yet, I know that he sponsored my kids' baseball team. That's what I think that's something that we forget about. Having feet on the ground, something you can do. It doesn't cost any money.
Okay.
And I think with franchises especially, people are always a little bit skeptical when a chain or a franchise comes
True.
in, right? So
Yeah,
when you
that's true.
when you do those things at a local level, it brings that authentic piece to it.
No,
you
I
know?
think that's right. Consumers feel sometimes that it's a corporation. What they don't realize is that franchisee lives in your neighborhood.
He's
Yeah,
a local
That
owner.
owner's a
Your
local
neighbors.
owner,
Exactly
right?
right.
Yeah.
You've got to, as a franchisee, I think it's so important. You've got to go let those neighborhood, those people know in your community that you're there and that you're a part of them
Yeah, and
in this neighborhood.
It doesn't
right.
cost you anything to do that except for your own time.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's time well spent because that's, look, we're going back to our friend the funnel. You're getting that awareness and that leads directly down to the dollar sign.
Which is what you want.
Yeah.
It's why you
Love
bought a
money.
business.
All right, so guys, we talked about some things that we would do if we had limited budgets, where we would start with our marketing and advertising, right? So I think everybody's pretty clear on that. But what are some common things that we see in the marketplace, specifically around the franchise community?
I have one. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
You go. No, you.
no,
Julia.
No, I insist.
I-
All right. So, sorry,
I was wondering who, I was getting tired of
Well,
it.
everyone knew here that I was losing this.
Okay. All right, Julia.
Anyway, the thing that always comes to my mind
Yep.
is, a big pitfall mistake that you can make is thinking that cheaper is better.
Okay.
And your marketing is your foundation for your growth.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I'm not building my house on that quicksand puddle over there. Not going to do that.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, you can get this lot for 5 cents, but it's a pile of quicksand. Hey,
Yeah.
like, I don't want that from you, Patrick. Stop trying to sell it to me.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
will,
that.
and I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Okay, thank you. But point being, if you do that, you may end up having mistakes that are created along the way, things that aren't set up correctly, and it's just going to hurt you in the end. You're going to have to spend that money again to fix it. Now, that may be like worst case scenario, but there's that saying that people say, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Business.
And same thing for your marketing.
Yeah. There's this misnomer that businesses sometimes think they can save their way to growth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that.
No, you can't.
It's not a mindset that will work for you and will pay off for you in the long term.
Yep.
Maybe 1 out of 100 businesses will figure out a way to do that magically.
Yep.
But most of the time,
sustainable.
it's not sustainable, right? It's
No.
not Field of Dreams. If you build it, they're not going to just show up. You've actually got to invest.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
good.
Sometimes you got to spend more money than you're comfortable spending, to be honest with you. That's just the reality of the situation. But more times than not, right, if you find the right marketing channel, right, you find the right partners to work with, right, they're going to deliver value relative to what you spent.
That's right.
Right? Except one thing. Okay, I got an issue here.
Oh, okay, guys.
Get
Is
ready.
it that time?
I got an issue.
It's that time. Let's hit it.
Yes, here's my issue. Here is my issue. My issue is guarantees, right? So I told you there are lots of ways that you can spend money in good ways and sometimes spend more than you're comfortable in spending to market and advertise your business.
Yep.
But when you hear about guarantees, if you ask someone, hey, can you guarantee that if I invest this money with you, that you're going to deliver X result? And they say, yes, I guarantee it. Run to the hills.
Get out
Bye.
of here.
It's
Right.
not true. Listen, here's the thing. It is stunning
Yep.
to me today. It's stunning the number of times that I see business owners make that decision. They listen to that sales pitch because they want it to believe it to be true,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? They don't want to take on the risk of having to market their business and maybe not have a guaranteed outcome. They got to take a little bit of risk. They don't want to do that. They want to fall for the guarantee. It happens all the time. You guys see that?
Yeah, well, you got to take the risk. In every decision that you're doing, there's a little bit of risk that's
Yeah.
involved.
Marketing is, in essence, you could look at it as almost like a gamble. There's a risk involved. You're putting this in. There's no guarantee necessarily that you're going to get it back, but you can set things up to be as good as possible. But if you start your mind in the terms of like guarantees, absolutes, must have this, really all you're doing is you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
And, we don't
Yeah.
want that for any business.
But it doesn't mean you can't have expectations,
Of course not.
goals,
100%.
all
That's
of
right.
these things
Correct.
that need to happen because somebody should be guiding you into
Yes.
those
Yes.
things.
And yes.
But they can't promise you those things.
No.
The
That's right.
expectation talk should be happening.
You should
the
always
guarantee
be
talk
having-
should not be.
No.
happening.
Yeah,
That's
look, we should unpack that for just a second because I don't want to mislead a business and say that you shouldn't go into any marketing or advertising decision and not have some level of expectation on what the outcomes you're going to see are.
right. Yep.
Because look, in 2020, especially when you talk about digital marketing,
Yeah.
people that you're talking about should be able to give you some good guidance on if you run this type of campaign, right? You should expect some results, in this range,
Correct.
right? Over this period of time.
Yep, that's right.
Right? So you should expect that. You should have those conversations. But the moment that words like guarantee start
Yeah.
floating around, more times than not, if you gamble on that, you're going to get burned.
I did a 30-day weight loss guarantee once.
How'd it go?
And you look great.
it didn't work. But you know what I thought? They guaranteed me. Then what I realized is it was all on me. It wasn't really on the program.
Yeah, I mean, you got to eat the food.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's right.
Didn't eat the
Didn't follow the
food.
meal plan.
Had Papa John's last night.
Okay, all right.
Cheetos.
So guarantees.
Guarantees
bad
out.
idea.
Bad
Don't do
idea.
it.
Jam drop.
And
Don't
that's a
fall.
Jamie Adams
No.
guarantee.
Touche. Touche. All right.
Guarantees are bad.
Okay, so let's move on. So we talked a little bit about cheaper is better. That's not true.
Nope.
Don't fall for guarantees.
Yep.
What are some other things, some other traps to avoid?
Yeah, I think this one happens a lot because it's easy, especially a new franchise coming into a territory, to look at your competition
Okay.
and say, hey, they're doing this. This works for them, and I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it is a good idea to look at your competition and know what they're doing, but to copy it exactly is the wrong move, and we see it happen all the time. Take our lemonade stands. Let's say,
Oh,
you know,
I can see this is going to get heated.
we're both in Canada, okay?
Oh,
in
my homeland.
in the neighborhood. I don't know
Okay.
what we call them, probably a province. We're both in your province,
Hey.
okay?
Province.
And
Way
then
to
we
go,
have
man.
we have our lemonade stands, okay? I put my signs up.
Yep.
You come out with your beautiful
My
lemon
lemon
signs.
sign. Lemon
The
sign.
worst thing I could do is go and be like, hey, here's also a lemon sign.
Right.
Okay? Because I'm going to lose out to you. But I should take that concept and be like, hey, look, she really did something better than me. And I can look at those things and try to do something, you know, even more creative than you at that point.
Yeah, but that's
Don't know what
your-
that is, but that's exactly how you should look at the competition. Learn from them. Don't copy exactly. Really
Don't try
take
to
that,
be them.
improve upon it. There's lots of, we've talked about it. There's tons of options out there.
Yeah.
Choose any of them and really try to.
There's only one Julia.
There's
only one Julia.
I will say this. I think for our generation and younger, authenticity is massively important to them. They want to see
100%.
something that's real. They don't care about what they can sense fake so quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to get it past them. And once they think your brand or what you've just put out to them is in any way fake, you've lost them and probably lost them for good.
Yeah, like every brand, right, has some level of natural authenticity to them,
Yep.
right? Like you can't a franchise when you start selling franchisees, right? You've developed your business enough to have some level of authenticity, something unique about your brand.
Sure.
Yeah.
The worst thing that a franchisee could do, like you said, is get intimidated or try to copycat
Yep.
exactly whatever it
Competitor.
is. Right now, you did make an interesting point though. There are some things, there are some perhaps methods,
Yeah.
some different types of marketing and advertising, maybe channels
Right.
that you see competition having success with, and you should take advantage of those things.
course.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
not saying if Julia's running a successful PPC pay-per-click
Like, well,
campaign,
that means don't do.
you should be running that as well.
Yes, yeah.
But
Don't duplicate the ad copy.
No, don't just copy and paste.
That's right. So along the same line, talking about impersonations, right, and making yourself look like like your competition.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Patrick do his best impersonations of us.
Wow.
yeah, would you? I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
we
so-
definitely are doing this.
Yeah. So this is obviously something that we're advising not to do from a marketing and advertising standpoint.
And we're about to show you why.
Yeah, we are about to show you why.
Exhibit
Exactly.
Oh, that felt bad. This is setting me up for failure.
we're
and I
the
love
ones
it.
who are
Good.
gonna-
No. I think this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a great lesson on why this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Great. No, I love to be that example.
I can't wait for
Feels
this.
great.
Good.
So Patrick, who would you like to start with?
Just obviously the closest one to you.
Julia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have to think about that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, look.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm from Canada, and I'm scholarly. Listen to my big words. Califragilisticexpialidocious. That was pretty good, right?
6 out of 10.
I'm laughing.
Good. That makes me feel
I gotta be
better.
honest with you. I'm gonna give that a 2.5 out of 10.
Thank you.
I wasn't proud of it.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So
to
it
you
wasn't-
guys.
wasn't
I
very-
didn't feel good about it.
Wasn't very
Yeah.
good. So demonstration number 1 of why impersonating your competition does not work.
Yeah.
Patrick, let's see your interpretation of yours truly.
Oh, jam.
Do a jam
Yeah, I
drop.
wanna
Do a
see
jam
it.
drop.
I want to see it.
Oh, you want to see a jam drop?
I do.
Okay. Okay, guys, listen. We're talking a lot of things here. Fundamentals, which has fun, which has funds. But don't get it confused. This is not easy. And nothing makes me angrier than when these guys make jokes when I'm trying to be serious. You guys understand that?
That was pretty good.
Okay.
I'm going 9 out of 10.
Yeah, okay, I feel good. Also, I have a beard. Okay. Now I'm in
actually
it.
did.
I'm gonna give you 8.5.
8.5 is
Good.
good.
That was pretty
Okay.
good.
Good.
Now let me hit it with Jordan. Hey, guys. I got a lot of stories. I'm Jordan. And look, yeah, the camera adds 10 pounds. Who cares? Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is good. This is good.
Good. Okay.
I'm going to give him a solid 9.5 out of 10.
No
too.
doubt.
That was
Joya,
good.
did you?
He's doing a great job. I'll give him an 8.
I gotta
Yeah.
tell you guys, that is very nice. And I'm so sorry. I should have done yours better.
Yeah, but it's hard.
It is. You're the hardest one to do.
I know.
Yeah. So you want to take a stab at Patrick?
Now
Now-
listen. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey. Cool.
Oh,
very
So I'm gonna make some jokes and I'm gonna make some 80s and 90s music references.
Oh, yes.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about Louisiana, and then we're all gonna make Louisiana jokes.
Oh, Ryan Felipe.
So is that impersonating Patrick, or was that like a combo of all three of them?
Probably.
It
That
felt
was
like an
definitely
attack on
Patrick.
all
Okay.
of
I
us.
think we've all learned a lesson through this exercise.
So
Okay.
is that we shouldn't do that.
Correct.
Yeah, it
Because
was
it's
my
bad
feelings.
all around, and everyone's sad.
Live audience loved it.
So here's the key. Let's bring this back in. While some of the impersonations were better than others, I think we could all agree there.
We would.
Right? None of them were the original. Right? And you don't want to fall into that trap as a brand.
No.
Great.
Right? You don't want to fall into the trap of impersonating your competition. Right? As close as you may come. And you may even get some short-term gains from it. Right? We got some laughter from what just
Sure.
happened.
Right.
Right? But the payoff in the end, if you're not just being yourself and you're not figuring out your own path, is not going to serve you in your business or your customers for that matter.
No.
That's right.
Right? So, guys, a couple quick wrap-ups. So, again, there's lots of places that a business today can choose to market and advertise their business. Right? There are the things that were around, like we talked about,
Yep.
what are called kind of traditional marketing and advertising, like TV, print, radio, maybe newspapers. There's the good old getting on the street, getting connected with your neighbors, right? Getting out in your neighborhood, getting involved in other organizations.
Going local.
Then there's all these other newer things like the internet, where there are hundreds, if not thousands, of places that you could choose to market and advertise, right? So do your research, understand where the pros and cons of all those things are, right? And then based on your budget, make a determination where's the best place to start.
That's right. There's no excuse for you as that franchisee, even with a limited budget, not to be marketing yourself in some way.
You gotta be.
Yep.
You gotta be.
Don't be in a marketing cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you definitely don't want to stay out of the
do it.
cul-de-sac.
Stay
out of the cul-de-sac.
Yep. Yeah, look, reach out to your franchisor, reach out to other franchisees, find out what's been successful for them, what's served them, right? And go try to model that in your own own area.
Yeah, and remember who your customer is, remember who your client is, and you know what that journey is. So think about what that journey is, where they're going to be, and make sure you're there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
A couple things to avoid, just on a quick wrap up. Cheaper is not always better. As a matter of fact, cheaper is most of the time not better, right? You can't save your way to growth. You got to invest. Sometimes it's going to make you uncomfortable, but you got to do it,
Right.
right? Avoid the guarantees, all right?
Don't do it.
That's a guarantee.
Don't
He's
get me
angry,
riled up
guys.
Get
again.
riled up. Avoid the guarantees, right?
Yep.
And be authentic. Don't impersonate your competition. Find your own path,
Yeah.
right? And chart your own course.
Perfect.
What else, guys?
Back to the basics. I think we did it.
Back
Love
to the
it.
basics.
Putting the fun in fundamentals.
You did.
You
Putting the fun in funnel, marketing funnel.
Oh, wow. I don't have anything there. All right. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in to Dial It Up. On behalf of Jordan, Julia, Patrick, and myself, we appreciate you watching. We look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a great day.
Peace.
Thanks for letting 4 strangers in your house. I don't know how often you do it. We're not judging. But if you liked it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and get notified for future episodes.